Hey guys, welcome to Instinctual Tarot. I am Dre Eden, and I'm here to give a daily read. You guys know how it goes over here. All these messages may not resonate, but we take what does and we leave the rest. And if you find any messages today, I hope they reach you in the best mind, body, and spirit. Well, while I was shuffling, I got the Chariot card, which is the seventh card in the major arcana. It speaks on divine willpower, confidence, direction, and ambition. And that kind of hit a string there. Hold on, guys. While I share this live. And I got to thinking that is real interesting. Uh, duh, 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 duh. Do, 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 do. Live. One moment, guys. This is what we call paying the bills. Literally. Oh, I didn't know I had all these, guys. There is a lot of share bites, which I love. But I wish there was like one button that you can pick to do this. Because I'm definitely going to have to find a better way. I'm going to give y'all some time to get in here, anywho, before we get started. Wow. This is okay. Finally at the end. Okay. All right, guys. All right, I'm back. Yes, this is a collective reading. Thank you for being here. Okay, guys. Let me redo that intro. Y'all know how it goes over here. All these messages may not resonate, but we take what does and we leave the rest. And if you find any messages today, I hope they reach you in the best mind, body, and spirit. Okay. So I was laying here and I was like, I feel like doing a collective reading. This is very much a collective going on right now. So my pre card was the seventh card in the major arcana, which definitely is the chariot card. It speaks of willpower, confidence, direction, and ambition one way or another when it comes to your life. And right now just feels as if polarities are a thing. Polar opposites, polar sames, inquisition situations, divine, left and right. Everything is like coming on forefront one way or another. So it says triumph in the face of difficulty. And that's what I basically wanted to pull off of because in the pre shuffle, that fell. And I'm like, okay, triumph in the face of difficulty. We're going to pull on that because that's a big thing. How you guys doing out there? Mm, 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 mm. Five of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles side by side. Guys, this very much speaks of a situation that has to do very much with poverty. Holding on too tight when needing to let go of a certain situation, foundation, person, place, or thing. Finding oneself or in a situation to have hardship. Life is difficult right now. Help is around the corner type of energy feeling. Holding on keeps you from growing and evolving one way or another. Having certain conversations and security over certain foundational situations for some of you out there. I really find that being a dreamer turns on certain situations within your life. It says, what are you dreaming about today? I think that is very big on when we think about triumphing in the face of certain difficulties. These are people, places, uh, basically really people. When it comes to you overcoming certain things within your life, mind, body, and spirit, um, being unapologetic about that situation of however you choose to go on. People wanting low things for yourself. For some of you guys out here with the Five of Pentacles, not having enough, not being enough, needing. Some people need to be needy or need to want someone to ask them certain things out here, right? I really find that success is someone's passion, not to be rich, not to be this, not to be all that. The glitters and the glams is not really total success. Is oneness for some. Is different passions for others. Here with the Three of Cups card, very much celebratory card. It speaks of three friends, but that can be mind, body, and spirit. If you ask me, right? Definitely can be within one's situation. So to triumph in the face of situations, it's also have to do with certain jobs for some people, right? Let your inner voice guide you on any situation that you do want to do, take on, have process with, mind, body, and spirit. There are people watching in the cliff, in the back, very much so. Trying to understand the glory, honey, the sun card. I really like that. I really find in certain situations that you find to triumph in the face of difficulty is have to do around your peers one way or another, right? Being very bright, being who God called you to be, sometimes standing up, having that poise in life that you are called to have. I like that. Someone is being held up at night, can't sleep over a situation that has to do with the collective, being a star, running into their situations, how they're doing it, not being a person of the past for some of you guys out here and seeing what God's Spirit Universe clearly had for you. Some of you guys defeated the devil one way or another. Devil card is here, showed up after the 19. After the sun card, the devil card always show up. I really find that some of you guys really put passion and joy joy into what you do within your life, how it shows up for you, how you show up even in the face of different diversities, different situations within your life, how that makes up who you are today, right? Some of you guys ain't gonna take the bull that comes with life, mind, body, and spirit. Sometimes that's a faulty situation, a faulty problem with some people here. 215 is very significant for some of you guys out there, and 17 could be a number to pay attention to, could be a day, right? When it comes to the two, could be a month. Very much so. So the Two of Wands is here. It speaks of discovery, decisions, and planning, moving on to the next situation of life. I love that. What do we got here? Fear of passions. I really feel like someone, when it comes to you being really, really bright, right? The Sun card is here. It says, it's a new day. It's the beginning of something new for you. I really feel like energies around you really feel as if they can see that. You know when God is working in people's favor. I swear it's like a veil of light around you. Very beautiful. I really feel as if people feel your passions at this moment, whatever that may be for you. Look out in the world. You probably may see things very, very clear for you. Being stress free is another thing around people that is very much stressed with the devil card here. Living a when we talked about them polar opposites of life and how you show up in the world, mind, body, and spirit within that situation, how to become whole within that with the star card here. Right. You have a certain balance within your life that somebody is definitely recognizing at this moment. I really feel like certain people want to deny, oh, you changed, oh, you're a different type of person. That is not the cause here. I really find that certain people see you as exactly who you are. You're moving on with a certain situation, and that kind of bites some people in the ass just a little bit because maybe you were that person that they always went to one way or another, being the high priestess in other people's lives. Now you're taking your power back just a tad, and people ain't really feeling that, right? We have divine counterpart that's in your situations one way or another in your life at this moment. That means they're meant to be there. So you don't want to shut everybody out. You got to have good discernment around certain situations like that, right? We have a happiness card, very beautiful apology for somebody want forgiveness over some fucked up shit they probably did in the past, right? Pay attention to whoever comes back in this moment, at this moment, whenever that comes to you, having a good spirituality on, you know, moderation. Right? Moderation. That's what we're gonna say. Having peace in your life is a very beautiful thing when you can manifest that on a whim. Like I'm going to have peace. Some people are that damn good. Just manifested on a whim, right? Self-limiting beliefs may have stopped in the near future for some of you guys, and that's how you're able to see very clearly within you. Some of you guys, a little bit of life changing. Those polar opposites I was talking about, doing something totally different from what you used to do. So then life moves a little forward for you guys up there. That speaks to elevation, elevation, elevation right there. Right. Somebody needs a confession with you to resolve some issues that come from your wisdom. Somebody want to talk to you about what you know. It's a beautiful thing. A soulmate is in your midst when it comes to your creativity and moving on within divine time. So that's going to come to you exactly when it needs to be. I really feel like some of you guys do not fear certain situations within your life when it comes to distractions at this moment. That's very beautiful because you set certain boundaries. That's for everything. Like you set certain boundaries, so make sure people understand where they can come in and not to come. Twin flame is here when we got strength card and realignment, having a celebration over situations that give you peace. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Yes. Let's check. I guess relationships real quick. Wait, I forgot to leave that card out. That Chariot card, triumph in the face of difficulty. When that comes to love, what does that mean? Moving on, some of you guys are moving on from a situation that you found very much clarity when it comes to money situations within your life. You thought that everything was going to be fine and sweet in the situation, and you found out that, yeah, money ain't all it cracked up to be when you got to be with a person that is not totally like that, or it didn't pan out to be in any type of way. Maybe the person didn't have any money and you went with them. You know, put the energies where it lie. Or you thought the person had money and yeah, they had more. I don't know. That's what this, I don't know. Six of Pentacles, being very divinely led into a foundational situation. That could be the situation of certain people moving on from you, or you moving towards certain people within your life, right? Having the Justice card here is going to be profound for you to go into this direction. It behooves you to move that way. Okay. Princess of Cups, being or meeting somebody very passionate to meet you along your way when it comes to a love situation, looking out on the world and knowing exactly what next steps to take. With the Three of Wands here, right? Feeling your way through the world, right? Not just adhering to what you see, you feel which way to go. For some of you guys out here, that's your triumph in the face of difficulty, feeling and doing a certain type of thing and winning at the end of that because you were able to pivot in life like you got to do sometimes. Well, okay. Forgot to put the do not disturb button on. Okay. Romantic. What we getting? Two of Swords, making decisions that have to do with mental situations when it comes to do when it got to do with love. For some of you guys out here, we got the Princess of Pentacles. That is a very feminine energy, trying to understand the boundaries and the justice of moving forward within a relationship, mind, body, and spirit. This also could be a masculine man, don't know where to go within the world to have a stable foundation at the moment, and working on and stepping into new things when it has to do with that. Very beautiful on that part, right? Ace of Pentacles, the universe having a gift for you that have to do with something tangible, but you have be clear enough in your mind to see it, right? Understanding where that diversity goes when it comes to love for you. The Nine of Cups, very much beautiful, in the Death card in reverse. For some of you guys, something is not going to end when it comes to love. Remember, love can be a lot of things in life, not just with a person. What you love to do, how you show up in love is a factor of that, right? But also when it comes to a person, something is not going to end right now. With the Nine of Cups and the Death card in reverse, there's not an ending when it comes to a love situation. There's going to be more foundation led in that. There will be another life cycle for some of you guys out there. That's 10 years. The what is that, darling? The Emperor and the Nine of Wands in reverse. I really find that some of you guys have, Lord have mercy. There's an arrogance in the mist. A male figure that is blocked when it comes to their feelings, but they move around like, oh, I'm free, I'm open hearted, but really not really giving their all one way or another. That can be male or female, but the energy is where it is. But there will be justice for you to see this very clear coming through. Yep, Nine of Wands in reverse. That's the jokester in reverse. The person is not really going to see it straight through. Sun in reverse. Not everything. Nope, not everything is in reverse. So the Knight of Cups. So this person is going to show their hand when it comes to their feelings and their emotions one way or another. And you're going to be able to see them because their block is going to come off with that Sun in reverse there. I really find that having the right answers makes you get the right decision on love and how to move it forward, which is going to pick up monetarily for some of you guys, or a foundational based situation when it comes to love being bounded that way. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's crazy that you got to go through a lot of situations before you get to the point of that type of love, though. But it happens. But it happens, right? What's next? Triumph in the face of difficulty. Triumph in the face of difficulty. For some of you guys, that is family. That speaks of your ancestors, your origin, and generations ahead of you. For some of you, it's very much spiritual. It's very much you understanding your background, your theology, and going forward in that, knowing, learning things of your ancestry and all the good things in your life. That is you triumphing in the face of difficulty. That could be a difference between any religion, any Orthodox, unorthodox situation, however you choose to pray to your God, right? But being very much connected in that and moving on within that very beautifully mind, body, and spirit. We have anxiety here, stress and depression over burned bridges in your life. This could have been friends from the past, situations that you love, or someone very much close to you giving you anxiety because of a relationship, maybe, being friends with somebody, y'all both like the same person type of situation, that lust, irresistible, flirting, alluring type of energy between the two. Yes, but somebody's going to recharge within that situation over a player and stop the chaos one way or another. Charming, manipulating, karmic, and being tested one way or another when it comes to a relationship for some of you gals out there. This guy is suave, but he brings chaos. Be very careful over that situation, right? This is a third party situation one way or another. I really feel like if the collective is very much cutting ties, even if this have to do with family, third party just means somebody in a relationship standard. It could be mother and daughters. The third party would be the mother getting in between the daughter's situation. That's just a scenario, right? But I really feel like somebody's giving freedom and standing up for themselves in a certain situation and just taking care and awaken to certain situations within your life, mind, body, and spirit. There was a lack of trust and disloyalty on the end of a family member, one way or another. Somebody turned their back on a situation, and now they fear that you are now going to be in one relationship or another. For some of you guys out there, right? I really feel like if you really ghosted this situation because you felt your intuition told you so, right? You seen the signs and synchronicities in what was going on around you, and that's how you play into certain situations in your life, right? Very beautiful. There's some intimacy that somebody very much regret about dealing with you with because you have changed within a situation. So there's somebody really showing their cards within life and then regretting that you ever really showed up or was ever there for you, whoever that is for. There go the soulmate card again, music and breaking up in divine intervention. Do 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 do. Yeah, whoever this player is, yeah, you want to watch out for that one. Whoever that is in your life, they're going to come with a lot of chaos that can last about 3 years. You meet a person for one day and the chaos lasts for 3 years. That is sickening and a little bit crazy, though. Very much so. Mm, very much so. Let's see what else we got out here. Smelling the roses and healing within a situation, right? Over a psychopath. Some of you guys knew a narcissist within your life at this time that really loved your feminine energy. But I really feel as if you had to wake up from a situation because you felt like it wasn't no good for you within that. I really feel that there was some thrills, and we know what the thrills could be very much within that situation. But you already know you was dealing with somebody egotistic and very fragile, darling. Egotistic and fragile is not a way to be at all. I was gonna get, excuse me. I was gonna get those cards, but I'll wait on that. Let's get an evil eye deck real quick. Mirror work. Someone is using mirror work to bring you problems and issues. And well, my students know what that is, but for the people who may not know what that is, right? Mirror work is when people look at a mirror and they project something to happen to you, right? It's a very old skill. Takes a lot of hell of a lot of energy, and you got to be a master magician. I mean, you got to be able to see things in your mind very, very vivid, very clearly. You know, very easy to do, but takes a lot of energy, right? So when people do that, they're either working off their selves or a surcharge, and usually it's their selves, and they ain't really charged up. Not having the right accolades in your life, not being generous and kind, and doing all the good things. Will God juice you up like that? You start looking real old in your face because now you wishing hate on people, basically, because it's never something good. But what ultimately happens is they waste themselves out. So they absolutely do demise to themselves within the situation, especially when you're going against somebody really gifted. You got to be careful. It's something that you can't do. But what happens if it comes to the chariot card? You triumph in the face of difficulty. That was the name of the whole shebang here. So no matter what issues or people try to bring up within your life, you're so smooth and suave when it comes to your polars. You see them very much as they are in life, right? As a collective being, we do that very well. And for you, the chariot moves on gracefully within that seven. Very significant, right? Always the end of the basis of getting to the next point within your life is a beautiful thing, right? I like it. Sunset, pull one of these real quick. The clock, time, in time, cycles, time to heal, and progress. And the key with the heart, that keep coming out. That card just has to come out. Watching love, welcoming love, meeting the one, open your heart and getting together. Perfect. I really find that if for some of you guys, when it comes to triumph in the face of difficulty, it's always having a barrier somewhere within you that understands how to have divine willpower. What to do, when not to do it, what to say, when not to say. That is the triumphing in the face of difficulty. Some of the collective don't even know they're in a difficult moment, but they got so much poise and move through so gracefully within that they just knock them down. Like, that's a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing. What I'm gonna get a prism since we here. Let me get a prism. Let's see what the color is giving. See what the colors are giving. And we have cleanse. Very beautiful. I really find that when it comes to the collective and they're going on certain situations within their life that have to do with direction and poise and understanding in certain situations, I really feel as if your ambition is always to get over that next hump, to get over to the next situation with diverse cleansing, meaning coming out on the other side very clear, very understanding of where you're going within life and how to make those decisions. That does take time, right? I really found that some of you guys open your heart to understanding what is the new process of where you're going, how to get there unbothered and intact, and how to come out of that other side. Usually, these are relationships, these are jobs, these are some things that take a toll on you, mind, body, and spirit. But I find that you guys cleanse yourself perfectly within this situation when you have the divine right and the divine spirit to go through this very understandably. There is nothing that is not in your path that you cannot knock down or clear within this situation because it's your divine right to definitely do so. I am Dre Eden. This was your reading, Triumph in the Face of Difficulty, and I will see you guys in the next video. As always, bless on.